Wagwan, and welcome along to another Fourever Arsenal. We are here to discuss the big game of the weekend, Arsenal beating Chelsea, and also we're going to look forward to the game against Brighton. Joined by Kenya.
I'm back. She's
back. In for Jack today. This guy, Jack.
Jack the Hat.
You know I'm moving like the Arsenal squad fan.
Forever, never here.
Yeah.
Marino, isn't he?
That for the season.
Miko Marino. We've got, of course, Curtis in the building and Lee. But we have to discuss his points.
Well, Martin Odegaard, he's the Odegaard of the Forever Arsenal,
Always injured.
But it's a points deduction, Rob, of 2 points.
I think it is.
Ryan's production. I said 1, and Joe come in and said, no, it's 2.
What do you think? How many points?
2.
2. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, 2-point deduction, man. Yeah, I mean, it can't go on.
No.
And he's not here Thursday either.
He's doing an Aubameyang.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All right.
It's up to him to release what happens on Thursday. Thursday, I think I can.
You can let him off.
Thursday he's got to let off because that's quite a big thing.
But today is.
But today, a no-show. Don't even put it in the group. I don't know what group he's put it in. He must have one of those other groups. He's put it in. He's put it in that Robbie group. He's told someone. He's put it in some group, but it weren't the group that we're in. No. So he's a bit of a letdown, really, isn't he?
Yeah.
You know.
Anyway,
nice you turn up today.
I had no. You know what? Sorry.
We're letting you off, and we've
You've got a decent reason to.
You've got a decent reason. He was late again.
I was actually supposed to be in Dubai today. Supposed to be in Dubai this week, as you know. I had like some very important meetings over there, and obviously with the war that's going on at the moment in the Middle East, you know, my flight got cancelled. All the meetings I was supposed to be at got cancelled. Everybody in the UAE apparently has been told to stay at home, work from home. You know, one of my friends over there is saying it's like COVID all over again. You know what I mean? They're not exactly under full attack there, but obviously things are getting shot over there and drones are flying around and it's a bit crazy over there at the moment and around the Middle East because of what's gone on. So praying for everybody's safety down there. But obviously I couldn't go. And then my car was supposed to be getting repaired this week. So because I couldn't go now, I got no car, so I had to go and rent a car. So that's what set me back. Made me 15 minutes lately. 15 minutes late, and I think it's a really good excuse. As you weren't meant to be here. He's having a go at Jack for not being here. He weren't going to be here himself. No, but I was going to do it we were going to do it as a recording.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, so
we've had a look at the excuse and we think that's fair.
Thank you very much.
We've done a VAR check and we think, a war is... we can let you off with that one, really.
That's quite serious.
But Jack's one,
Jack won,
don't really know.
No.
But anyway, we've got Kenya here, we've got you guys here, and of course, it was a very, very important win over Chelsea. May not have been stylistically the greatest game, especially after the sort of free-flowing lots of goals against Spurs. This game was a lot different. A game settled on set pieces all around.
Yep.
What did you guys make of it?
I don't get why everyone's crying. Like, I feel like people are like, you guys are so boring. Well, we've given you we battered Chelsea 5-0 before, we battered them 4-0, 3-1. We beat them 3-2 this season at their place. What more do you want? We've actually given the league a range of Chelsea batterings. And I'm seeing people complaining about...
Range.
We've given you a 1-0 last minute, Kai Havertz. We've given you a 3-2 at the bridge. We've given you a 5-0, a 4-0, a 3-1. What else am I forgetting? We've given you a 2-1. Why is everyone complaining? You only score set pieces. Who cares? Who cares? What, do you want us to go back to the 5-0 battering? I don't mind that either. Which one do you want?
What really frustrates me...
I don't get why people crying.
What really frustrates me is that Man City weren't that great. I didn't watch the game, apparently. Nothing said about that.
They were rubbish.
But then the next day we play, we get the job done and we're criticised and all that. I actually thought it was a good first time. I think, if you look about it, it wasn't not a bad... For the neutral, I spoke to some fella on the train station yesterday who was a neutral. He said it was a great game of football. You know what I mean? From a neutral point of view, I didn't enjoy it one bit. Like, you know what I
Was
mean?
he drunk?
It was exciting at the end.
Raya making a great game.
Raya making a last-minute save. The offside goal.
Dramatic.
I felt like, you know. But listen, I thought it was all right. I've had a look back there.
It's all right.
It was an all right performance until the sending off. I think from the sending off, Arsenal. I'm worried from that minute on. Like, you know, we sat back instead of going for it. And this is the problem. A wonder goal or a mistake or anything can end up there. And it's an unbelievable save from Raya. I'd say it's an unbelievable save.
I think we sat
Otherwise,
back.
we'd be regretting it again.
Sat back.
Well, we was pinned back.
Yeah, but you can say
by 10 men.
Do you know what I would say though? Like, for example, when that guy gets sent off, and this is more about the ref, because the ref did this about 4 times in a game.
Shocker.
That ref is a disgrace. Even that second yellow, we're literally we're 3-on-2 going down the other end. He literally killed our counter-attack. Yeah. He did that about 3 times in that game.
Yes.
That pass that Martinelli puts in for Timber, why did he blow up for that as well? We literally Timber would be 1-on-1 with a keeper. So I look at it and I'm just like, we actually had so many opportunities yesterday spoiled by refereeing decisions. Like even that Robert Sanchez where Eze tries to lob him, that was an obvious corner and it wasn't given.
Yeah.
So I just look at that game like, okay, yeah, maybe in them last couple of minutes we should have done a bit more. But then we actually tried to do more and we were stopped by the officials on the pitch. Like,
I agree. The referee was shocking yesterday.
It was terrible.
Absolute shocker of a performance.
At the moment,
I know, but I watch, you know, the Man United. We watched that before. That's an absolute shocker on VAR.
Yeah.
Like, you know, what I mean, I agree it's a sending off. I'm not arguing about that, but it's never a penalty.
Kick, yeah.
If you're getting pulled back, how can you dive forward? Like, you know, what I mean, it's so obvious. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
that's true. I didn't even think of it.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
and jumped forward, didn't he?
So you know what he's doing, and they're not doing nothing about it. Then you see the refereeing decision yesterday, the corner that was, and this other thing when it's offside, and you know what I mean, someone's going to get hurt somewhere along the line. You know it's offside. And then, by the way, can we just have a little mention to Gary Neville? Like, you know what I mean? I'll tell you what, like, I'm quite like Gary. Met him once, and he seems a nice guy and all that. But come on. Oh, I think that's onside, he says. Like, so
get your eyes
for their goal that was
so embarrassing.
It's a mile offside even from where I was calm with it.
So was I
because I knew straight away.
Yeah, I literally didn't even move when that happened.
You knew.
Because he was so... First of all, why did the linesman just not put the flag up straight away because of how far offside?
Exactly that.
It was nowhere near close. So it was like, it's one of them ones, just put the flag up straight away because he was so far offside. The defence did what they did well. They held their line. He was so far off, put the flag up. What's this waiting for Liam to delap score? Yeah. I saw that. What is that?
Unbelievable. I think he's onside. He's terrible. Come on, Gary. You've got to be new. I'm being really honest. Apparently, Alan Smith was a little bit willing a goal for Man City the other day or so. Like, you know, these commentators, these pundits have got to be a little bit more neutral. Get in the neutral zone.
Did you guys not see what Emmanuel Petit said on Sky? He literally said, well, you know, and they shot him down straight away. And he was like, basically calling out the agenda, saying everyone's getting on Arsenal's back. Everyone wants Arsenal to lose. And I actually agree with him. I think even comments of like people saying, I was watching Sunderland versus Bournemouth and they were talking about us in that, saying, oh, the Emirates is nervous. First of all, why are we getting spoken about in a game that has nothing to do with us? Bournemouth versus Sunderland. What relevance does that have to do with Arsenal? We're going for the league. This is what, 2 clubs that are 10th and 12th.
I don't think the stadium was nervous.
Exactly. I've been, you guys go to games, I go to games as well. You can hear in that stadium
tense at the end.
It's a bit tense sometimes, but that can be said in any ground in the country when you've got maybe, you know, very close games. But in my opinion, the Emirates is very supportive. It's very loud. The turnout is good. So I don't really get this whole narrative of, oh, the fans, you go to the Emirates and it's very nervous, blah, blah. Like, just Gary Neville talking about outside noise. Bro, you're the outside noise. Just shut up. Let us do our thing.
I've noticed Curtis has been very quiet, right? No, I think he's got a different perspective.
No, do you know what? I'm not too, like, we needed to win yesterday. That was the main thing.
Yeah,
it was
that
just
was
a case.
exactly.
Like you were saying, it's like a semi-final. You don't care. You just got to get through.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say from Arsenal point of view is I think when you leave a game at like 2-1, for example, you're leaving it down to chance one moment.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Let's say João Pedro's onside there and we're having a different conversation. So I would just like to see Arsenal sometimes, when they've got a team on the ropes, kill them off.
Yeah.
As soon as they went down to 10 man, I thought, yeah, man, my 3-1 prediction's coming in here. Instead, your prediction came in, you know what I mean? But because we've seen in games like Brentford and games like that where they've equalised, because we have sat back and not really took it to them. So the only thing that concerned me a bit yesterday, I don't think any of our attacking players that started the game turned up. You know, I thought Saka, Eze, Gyökeres, Trossard, they all had average or below average games.
Yeah.
You think, you know, you're not going to get away with that in the cup final. You won't get away with that at the Etihad. Even though Martinelli, I thought, came on and made a big difference, which we've been looking for. You just think somebody out of that attack's got to say, in this last 9 games, I'm going to be the man that gets you over the finish line. You can't really afford all of them to be that inconsistent. But I just thought overall, Chelsea are a good team. I think we're acting like look how expensive that team is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not going to get easy work.
They drew at the edge.
I was saying the same thing yesterday, Curtis, right? Like, because there was a few fans having a moan up outside when we were doing the interviews and that, and I was saying the exact same thing. Number one, Chelsea are a good side. That midfield they got, how much money that cost?
250 million.
Yeah, you know what I mean? They've got 3 good players in there, right? Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, and Andre Santos, right? That's a very difficult midfield to play through. You're not going to be, you get the space and time that we had against Tottenham last week, because simply that midfield is a levels above what we played against Tottenham, right? It's a bit like football, sometimes like boxing, isn't it? Styles make fights, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you get sometimes you will see an Usyk fighter, I don't know, someone who else is also very good technically, right? It's like a technical battle, and you know what I mean. There's like, it's you know what I mean. It doesn't always sometimes make for the greatest spectacle. Like if you're fighting a fighter that's not as good as you, like when we played Tottenham last week. So that game yesterday is about getting the win, right? And I agree with you, Kenya. Why is it that we get their goal was from a set piece? Their goal was an own goal. Even when we've been getting own goals, everyone's been criticising us for that. They didn't score on the pitch.
Exactly.
As a matter of fact, right? You know, in the first half, they created very little until they got that. You know, until they got that set piece goal, right? But that's football.
Exactly.
Why do we have set pieces then? Why, I always say, why does everybody cheer when the ball goes out for a corner? No matter what team it is in the Premier League, fans go, yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Why? You do that because the whole point of a corner is to give you a chance to score. You've been on the front. First of all, you've got to be on the front foot to get a corner because that means you're in the other team's half and the ball's got out, right?
Yeah.
Then when you get a corner, you've got to do something with it. Arsenal have mastered the art of doing something with a corner. First things first, you've got to have a plan. They've got a great plan around corners, right? Secondly, the delivery has to be spot on. And in both goals yesterday, Saka's delivery, Rice's deliveries on the money. It creates problems, and we scored it. What is it? Whenever no one else gets this stick for scoring from a set piece apart from Arsenal. At first I used to hear this agenda thing and that, right? Now I'm starting to wonder if it's true, because I watched that Man City game.
Yeah.
That was a struggle for them. They started off the game, Leeds were on top for about the first 20 minutes, should have scored. They had a couple of good chances. Leeds, did not take them. Then fair play to Man City, grew into the game, but just before half-time, knocking on the door, got a goal. Then in the second half, it was a struggle for them. It was a battle, like, you know what I mean? Loads of nerve. Exactly the same like how you saw our game, because basically, Leeds just started throwing the kitchen sink. Bit like what Chelsea did yesterday. Chelsea was like, yo, you know what? We're down to 10 men. May as well, like, you know what? Let's just have a go, man. If we lose, we lose. Whereas it's a bit different for us. Yeah. For us now, it's like, all right, if we go for this and we get caught on the counter, and it's a draw, these are some serious points dropped. We have to now manage this game properly exactly the same what Man City did against Leeds. So there needs to be a balance on attack, but also be sensible in defence. It don't matter that they got 10 men. It's a different type of game, because the prize at the end, it is like, we've seen this, when you watch a cup final, when you watch a semi-final, there's so much on it that teams are like,
Is it worth the gamble?
Can't go all risk. Whereas the other teams are, Chelsea were just like, go for broke, man.
You know what I think?
Get another, we're losing anyway, we're down to 10 men. People have to understand that.
Yeah.
I think, So there are always going to be a few chances for
Chelsea only
for
looked dangerous on corners, Robbie. They were very, very good on their. Every time they got a corner, I was panicking.
They've scored 9.
The delivery from 10. James was fantastic.
Yeah, let me give some credit as well to Raya, right? So the first half, they had that first corner that could have been a handball on another day, with Rice. But anyway, he made a brilliant save from that reflex. Then obviously the next one, the goal goes in. I don't know if you guys noticed what he did on all the corners in the second half. Notice none of those corners were as effective.
Yeah.
They were all the same delivery. But what he did, right, every time that ball came in like that, he just went for it and he punched it out.
Yeah.
Or he came and he claimed it. He didn't wait for the defenders. He came for everything.
He needed to do that as well.
Contrast that to their keeper.
Yeah.
It was all over the place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He tried to gift us a goal, mate.
But no, it's Arsenal's.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? I think, like when you've won a title before, like City, when you get through a tight game, they'll credit you for it and go, that's a sign of champions. But because we haven't won the league, when we win a tight game, they go, they look nervous or set pieces. So I think the narrative's different because they go, well, they haven't won it.
It's unfair, though, isn't it? It's unfair because as we said, right, like I saw City play a couple of weeks ago, and it's a good win against, who was it, their last game? Their last home game. Was it Newcastle?
Yeah, Newcastle.
Again, put under serious pressure in the second half. Remember, Newcastle, again, did a bit like what Chelsea did. Threw everything at them. You had Haaland winning, tackles in his half and celebrating with Donnarumma. They're going like this and that. If we do that, it's like, it's got to be even. I know there is that, they've done it before, but then ain't it a bad thing and then copy that then and try and do that if that's how teams have done it to get over the line.
Do you remember I can't remember what game it was last season when we were celebrating a win and Jamie Carragher was going, get off the pitch, you know what I mean?
When we beat Liverpool 3-1.
And then when they would beat Liverpool the other week, like, they would say, look at the celebrations, it's fantastic, look at them celebrate. There is a difference in it,
Yeah.
And it's something that we're going to have to put up with. We're going to have to put up with. Like, for me, Chelsea, I don't think Chelsea were a good lot yesterday. I'm going to be really honest. I thought that they come there with damage limitation, try and stop us playing. I thought in the first half, first 20 minutes, once we scored, I think we should have gone and killed them off. We didn't.
Yeah, we had chances.
We had chances, and you know what I mean. But at the end of the day, we got the job done, and I think like people have to. Was I happy with the performance yesterday? No, but was I? If you look at it, we played really well first half. It was 1-1. I think we played bad in the second half, and we won that second half 1-0. So you rather take that. Sometimes the performances ain't great. You know what I mean? When we play Man City, it'd be different because the jeopardy is the same for both teams.
Might be a similar game to what you saw yesterday.
Well, I don't know. I looked at that game yesterday, Rob, and this is where it's different for us. A draw for them was an okay result. For us, it was a catastrophe. But for Liverpool, for when we play Man City, the consequences are the same. So you're going to get a little different go. Every time we go on Wednesday night, a point for Brighton is not the end of the world. For us,
it is. Result for them.
Great result, So that's what we're up against now. But that's what the league's about.
Which is if you're a player now, you don't want to be that player that makes that error. That we've seen it. Listen, there'll be some little bits of scars from that Wolves game.
Yeah.
Right, because when you look at the way they got back into the game, it was error. It was switching off. The first goal, Nketiah is nowhere near. Gives the guy time. It's a great goal, but under normal circumstances, someone should have been closer to him to not allow him to do that. The second goal was a bit chaotic. Raya makes an error.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be that guy that's going to make that error. So sometimes players are like, a game now that we're going to watching some of these games now are going to be different to what we watched at the start of the season, where they may have said to themselves, right, you know what, winning 2-1, 10 men, let's go and stick the dagger in, man. Let's go out there and smash these men up 3-4. Whereas now, it's just let's win this game. 3-4, it don't matter. Yeah. 3 points is what matters.
What do you think of the scenario on Wednesday now when we're both playing at the same time? Do you think there's going to be a difference?
Shouldn't be. It should be just win for both teams, shouldn't it?
Because there is that thing of like they went before us or we go before them and all. But this game, I think, is the only time for a very long while where we're both crashing at the same time.
That's all that matters.
And we've got the harder game, haven't we, really? They got Forest at home, but this is a tricky game on Wednesday. You know, Brighton are just one of them teams you don't really know what you're going to get, do. Yeah, and Welbeck and them, man, as well. So.
Drew them last year at their ground as well. So, you know, big game, man. But I just think that yesterday, I agree with you, Kenya, some of the narrative on us, some of the criticism, I don't get that.
Do you think we should let it bother us? Because you know when I hear it doesn't really bother me.
You know, it doesn't normally, but that yesterday, when I just saw, like, I saw all these headlines, I saw headlines about set pieces. I'm like, Liverpool won through set pieces at the weekend. United had a set piece goal. Lots of teams had set piece goals. Why is it... Chelsea's goal came through a set piece. Bro, what do you want us to do?
I just find it funny that, like, for example, this weekend, Liverpool were called set-piece kings. They were, you know, told, oh, what a brilliant result. You know, when the reality is they played a relegation team and they scored set pieces, but nobody talks about that. Let's talk about, let's take out this game, our last 12 goals all were from open play. Let's talk about how we're the second leading team in open play goals this season, how we've only had 2 penalties. No one wants to talk about those things. Oh yeah, you're good at corners. Well, it's because we're an attacking team. It's because we're a high possession team that wins corners. So why not be good at it? Why not score from it? You know, even talk about ethical corners. What is an ethical corner? I've never heard of that in my life. Like, I just find it so funny that, like, there'll be Chelsea fans talking about corners. What was Jose Mourinho's team then? He played the most boring, terrible football ever, and you won a league. Nobody cares. Nobody cares that John Terry, you know, probably played in one of the most boring teams ever. Everyone just cares that he won the league. Everyone just calls him one of the greatest defenders ever. Do you know what I mean? So to me, it's just like, it's more of just a double standard of, we're going to sit here and say, oh, Man City, yeah, they got past Leeds and that's what champions do. But when Arsenal played Chelsea, a team that Man City actually slipped up against at home comfortably in the last minutes of a game, we sat there saying, oh yeah, well, you're supposed to batter Chelsea. Well, Man City didn't batter Chelsea, did they? So to me, it's just more of like, it's just funny pointing out a double standard. As Lee said last week, we beat our deadly rivals 4-1 away in a very high pressure game. Gary Neville's there saying, how dare you celebrate? It's over celebrating when you're playing your worst rivals. But when Man City play Newcastle and they're there, yes, Donnarumma for a save. Oh yeah, look at that. That's a way of champions. It's just like, to me, it's almost tasteless to see that. You know what's
a funny thing as well, right? Do you know an ironic thing? When we was under Arsene Wenger, we used to get criticised for not scoring set pieces.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It was absolutely woeful.
Terrible.
Oh, if we could
feel stronger,
be good at set pieces, like, you know what I mean? Like, it used to be like, I'll get a call and give him a goal kick. And we used to get criticised so much for it. And that, you know, listen, I love it.
I love it.
I love it.
Amazing.
Like, you know what I mean, set piece again, you have to. Football is about finding ways.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, not every team's you're not gonna dance your way through to. That's why Arsene Wenger and that Arsenal team, which was great to watch, what did he get criticised for? Not winning ugly, not winning games that they should do. You know, going to the Boltons of Blackburns of this world and not getting results. Like, you know, getting bullied, Stoke away, getting conceded by a corner. Do you remember that? I used to love it when we used to concede a corner against teams like that. Like, you know what I mean? Why did they do that? Because that was their way of winning. Now what we've done is we're saying, right, OK, we can't break you down that way. We can go in this way. And I love it. I absolutely love that side of us. Like, that we've got dark arts, which we got criticised for. It was always against us. Now we got players that we don't never get bullied now.
Yeah.
When we used to get bullied all the time. You know what I mean? So there are lots of positives to take from it all, like, you know. As much as it was, I'm not so sure about that last 20 minutes or whatever. Listen, you know, there's going to be a game like...
Going to be a lot more games like this, huh?
Yeah,
no, there is, yeah.
We've got another 10 games like that. No, 9 games like this.
Exactly. And then all the cup games as well.
Ain't it? It could be nervy games like that. You know.
I'm telling you, man.
Buckle up.
You know that watch-along finish yesterday? I was like this in the chair, like, yo, man.
It was. I must admit, I did come out yesterday relieved. Look, we won the game.
You're relieved when the whistle goes.
It was more of a, thank God we won that game.
It's only 2-1, and we've had some games where they've been like that, and we've thrown it away. Wolves, Villa, Sunderland, last minute.
Liverpool.
Yeah. So it's understandable that when it's 2-1, people are going to be nervy, but you can't just. Not every game we're going to be 3-1 up, 4-0.
Exactly.
Don't happen, man.
I think that Tottenham game created a bit of a false storm.
Not for me.
Oh, we're going to blitz teams away now, and then you went, oh, not everyone's as bad as Tottenham.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I realised yesterday that that our poor Spurs are yesterday. They're the worst because our front four yesterday had a field day last week.
Yeah.
And they was locked yesterday, like, you know. And the other thing, and I do think that people, you know, I've been a little bit critical of that. I think you have to take into context that we played Tottenham one week, Chelsea the next. You know, the two rivals in London, you know what I mean?
Two teams that would love nothing more than to stop you. You heard the songs they were singing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We'll all be having a party, which I know you took.
I took offence to that.
We'd also F it up. We'll all be having a party. That's what Chelsea fans were singing all day. We heard Tottenham last week, but those team and their fans would love nothing more than to stop. That was a difficult 2 games.
Yeah.
And the reason they're highlighting that, Rob, is because of their own failings. Chelsea yesterday, right, singing when we have a party like they effed it up.
You might not get in the top 5,
before
mate.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Right. They've got a big squad. They was going for the title, supposed to be going for the title this year. All of a sudden they're not. They've got a manager, they changed their manager. You know what I mean? Like they effed it up. But because they've done it like over a period so early, no one's bothered. But Chelsea Football Club are back to where they were, you know what I mean, like irrelevant, back into the 70s, and I love it. I absolutely love it, like, you know. I can't help it.
I think the one thing you got to give credit for after that Wolves game, to come back and score 6 goals in 2 games against those two and get 6 points.
Yeah.
And now we've just got to go on a run, haven't we? We've got to win a few games in a row. Because City have got a hard run coming up now. If you look at their fixtures.
Well, they're Forest.
No, but after that, they've got like Real Madrid twice, Newcastle away, then they've got us in the final, then Chelsea, then us again.
Yeah.
So we've got to kind of put the pressure back on them.
Yeah. So. Got to, man. Got to keep the pressure up. But, you know, what do you make of Chelsea's discipline, man? I mean, that's another red card. Like,
what was he doing?
Is that 9 red cards in it?
Well,
what was he doing yesterday?
It's 10 if you include Enzo.
Is he an Arsenal fan or something like that? I mean, like, does he want us to win the league or something?
Martinelli's running, you just wipe him out. It's like,
man's on the line as well. Like, I was there because I sit on that side where, and I said, I go,
it's brain dead.
What's this guy?
Just follow him down the line.
On red
He's going down the line, like right down the line. Like,
guys,
why do you do that?
We all know it's Martinelli, right? In the kindest, it's not like it was Trossard or something where Trossard maybe is going to pull out a level of skill out. Like, the reality is, if you follow Martinelli down to the line, he's not going anywhere. So why didn't he just follow him? When I saw that, I was like, is this guy stupid?
Lazy.
I was like, this guy is so dumb. You literally got a card like 2 minutes before. And
For
dissent, right? And then, 2 minutes later, you're putting in that tackle, and then you're there saying, no, it's not. And I'm like, is this guy stupid?
I don't know if you see it online. There's an interview with Pedro Neto where he said Thierry Henry was his favourite player growing up. So I don't know if it's a bit of an inside job.
And he ran the gauntlet, didn't he?
Yeah, he ran the gauntlet.
He had to walk
all the way everywhere.
You know what the worst, because as I said, I sit round this side. You know what the worst part of that gauntlet was for him? Walking past the Chelsea fans, they weren't happy, man.
Yeah.
Like,
that cost them.
You know, sometimes you walk past them and he'd be like, they're all going like, get off, man.
I don't know if you saw yesterday, the Chelsea fans did that thing to Declan Rice again, didn't they?
Yeah.
The corner, Deckers, and he scored and he went, they don't learn, did they, from the last time?
But when he walked past them, mate, they were like,
cussing
get off, man. You know what I mean? Like, their ill discipline is crazy.
Unbelievable.
How can you have that many red cards? Even the manager got sent off.
He was going mad after the game. Did you see his interview? He was saying they've got to learn and he's really having a go.
I don't like him.
Don't you?
No, there's something about him.
You don't like Matisse?
I think he's
something
Matisse,
about him, like, you know.
I don't know.
Come round the other, like, moaning about. I've seen this now because we get into early at Spurs, right? I see all the Spurs players in the Arsenal half doing their warm-up. I see all the Arsenal players in their half doing the warm-up. No one says anything, but he comes out and starts effing and like, you know.
I think he was just trying to
he was
give
just
it the
a
tough.
But he is he like? You know what I mean?
I don't think he'll be there long.
Listen, he's very, very fortunate to be where he is, and I'll tell you what, like this time next year, he won't be there.
He'll get a nice payoff though, won't he? He's like
You know with them as well, right? Why did they insist on always playing out from the back when you got Sanchez?
What was he doing?
The amount of times he nearly got caught.
Why did we not score from one? I saw a stat saying in the first half how he made 2 tackles. What does that say? That shows how many times he lost the ball.
Very fortunate.
Even when I think back to last year when we beat them 1-0, he did that a couple of times against us then, and I was just like, why have you not capitalised off this? But I remember saying to Matisse, right, although Robert Sanchez this season, he has improved compared to when he first joined Chelsea. I said no serious team is going to win majors with a goalkeeper like that. Like, you saw it. I was actually surprised that none of the Chelsea players turned around to him and was like, what are you doing? Like, he literally...
Manager must be encouraging.
Must be the way they play.
Because
he made a great
was
save
honestly
from
shocked.
by the way. Yeah. That was a great save.
Yeah.
It was a great save, but these basics are not good enough, are they?
Yeah, he's got, he's obviously a decent keeper,
He's a
but
good
he
shot
does some weird,
You wonder why they haven't bought a keeper, don't you, with all the money they've spent?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Why
they've
bought in areas that you know what I mean. Listen, if Chelsea don't get Champions League this year, they're up this Swanee without a paddle.
Yeah, because you see the other day they said £487 million worth of losses.
So, what about
most of them lost?
I've got to ask this question, you know what I mean? I watched Cole Palmer yesterday, absolutely woeful, right? What has happened to our English players, Saka's dropped off a cliff. So has he, by the way, Palmer.
Yeah.
Foden as well. Bellingham.
Anthony Gordon as well.
But I think
a lot of them have just failed.
A lot of them have been injured.
Other than Harry Kane.
I don't think Cole Palmer's fully recovered from his injury.
So Saka's had that injury.
Saka's coming back now, you know what I mean?
But he's not sharp, is he?
But then Saka still affects games more than him. He had an assist yesterday from a corner. I know it's not thing, but those are still very important things. Whereas Cole Palmer's not affecting.
You're 2-1 down.
Much.
Like Chelsea yesterday, Cole Palmer. I'm going back to the Cole Palmer of 2 years ago. There's no way you take him off.
No.
And they took him off. I thought he was.
The only thing he did was blast that ball into Rose Ed right at the beginning.
Yeah, he had a bad game.
He didn't really have a great game,
the
did he?
drop off of all those guys is worrying going on to England in the summer. It really is. Bellingham's dropped off a cliff, isn't he?
Injured as well. Worry about Arsenal, man. Don't worry about it.
Well, I'm worried about Saka because I thought.
No, I agree with you.
I have to say, I thought Saka was outstanding against Spurs, but I've got to say it. Spurs are probably the worst team in the league.
Well, on form they are, because they've not won yet in 2020.
Great goal by Iwobi yesterday. What a goal.
After his video in the week with Smith Rowe.
It was fantastic.
Smith Rowe had good chances as well. They should have won by more.
They should have won about 4-0.
They're lucky, Tottenham, that Forest and West Ham never did.
Quite liking their new manager, by the way.
What, Igor Tudor?
No, Tudor, I'm quite liking
him. He's moaning about refs.
You
love that, don't you?
It's pretty if he could actually be the man that relegates them, well, I'll tell you what, I'd have a statue outside the Emirates.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw it.
I have to say, man, boy.
2 hands on the back.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
It's the exact same thing.
It's a foul.
Yeah,
right, because the one that was given last week.
Yeah.
And then you see that was worse.
Yeah,
because the man's in flight and you put 2 hands on him.
I think it's a foul. I don't see how they didn't give it.
It's a foul. But anyway, who cares? If they care about us, if it was us, they wouldn't. But, just on it, right, I'd say, actually, I agree with you guys. The attackers weren't up to much yesterday for Arsenal, but I've got to say the defence was very good. Like Gabriel, Saliba, Nkapie, very unfortunately scored that own goal because he really played well, and also Timber. I thought Timber was brilliant as well, wasn't he? You know,
battle of the right backs.
Battle of the right backs.
And Timber came out on top.
I thought that was all good.
They're both good, but if you actually watch the first goal, Reece James loses Gabriel.
Yeah, he gets
Gabriel.
Most people, Rob, I say.
No, but it's
that was some leap.
It was a leap on him at the back post.
No, but what it is, he loses him as well, though. He runs past him and he loses him, which allows him to get that, right? Yeah. So I'm telling you, Timber came out on top. His defensive duties, he carried out brilliantly, and going forward, he was excellent, and he scored. Yeah. So I've been saying, I've been arguing this with Matisse, that for me, this season, the best right back, I'm not saying overall, this season, the best right back has been Timber.
I was very impressed with him yesterday, Reece James. I was very impressed.
He was good.
But Timber, like if you're Chelsea, you're not swapping Reece James for him. I'm not having Reece James over Timber neither. I'll keep
Reece James is a quality player.
Player.
But I thought our defenders yesterday, that back four and the keeper was superb. Right? Raya. What some of them saves he pulled off, man. Like, he's what a signing this guy's been.
Yeah, been
against Spurs as well.
That's a match,
goal line clearance against Spurs, topped up next week with so many
too busy for my liking.
Yeah,
too busy for my liking.
What do you mean too busy?
Well, doing too much.
Who?
Yeah,
Raya.
You never want to see. You never want to see your goalkeeper.
You don't want him to make many saves because it means being exposed.
Yeah. But listen, if you're going to win a league, you need a good goalkeeper. Your goalkeeper is going to be called upon. That's part of it.
Yeah.
That's why you go and buy a good goalkeeper. That's why City have bought Donnarumma. You got to, as we've seen with Chelsea and Sanchez, you have to have a good keeper if you're gonna. And he is.
Yeah.
Look at him, as I said. Look at him from set pieces.
Yeah, that catch compared to João Pedro's.
Yeah, compared to you look at.
Bit of a worry. He went down a couple of times yesterday as well. They're sort of saying he's got a few niggles or something.
I think you made a good point though. Second half, he collected the ball because I thought he looked a bit shaky first half from the crosses.
Because they were getting in and around him like
Brentford did.
He just said second half, he said, right, I'm just going to come and I'm going to punch everything away or catch it. And he did.
He did.
Yeah.
He's really positive, really aggressive in how he was keeping in the second half and very, very effective. But
Brighton. Him up, man.
Brighton next.
Brighton.
This is the game I was actually more worried about, to be honest, because I feel like these are the games that have always caught us out. Like, we've, in years, done really well against Chelsea at home, so it was kind of like, right, I expect us to win. Brighton's always been a team that kind of catches us out, do you know what I mean? I think even last season, we had 2 1-1 draws. Very controversial 1-1 draws as well. Red card, controversial penalty that we've never seen again. Like, I do worry a bit about this. It's a bit of like, just maybe a bit of PTSD in previous games, but also they won against Forest.
2-1.
Yeah, I think that's one of their first wins for quite a while.
No, they won the week before.
Did they win the week before?
I think so they get a record, but they've
even
had
worse. They're getting into better form.
Yeah, they are on a bit of form.
The goals that were scored in that game were all very good goals. That first goal that they scored from that Gomez was a wicked goal. So it goes to show that they've got the quality. And even in the reverse fixture at home, David Raya again had to pull off that amazing save to keep us in it. And we won 2-1, so it is going to be a really tough game.
Some of their fixtures, they beat Forest 2-1. But previous to that, they'd had some run of defeats in February. I mean, they got beaten at home by Crystal Palace. They lost away at Villa. They lost to Liverpool. They lost to but they beat. Which was an impressive win just before the last ones. They went away and they beat Brentford, didn't they?
Yeah. But before that,
I think they was on a really bad run.
Just hit form.
But the last couple of games, went away and beat Brentford, which, as we know, that's not easy to do.
Yeah, it's not easy.
And I would have expected them to beat Forest, but they beat them, right? So 2-1, so suggests that they're on a bit of form. It could be interesting to see if, like say a player like Welbeck plays. I do know that they don't like to play him like twice in a week because of his sort of, knee issues and stuff like that. But still, they've got Matoma back. They've got
Are they in the FA
within
Cup?
that team, there is some quality players.
They're knocked out of the FA Cup, so why not play Danny Welbeck? Because then he wouldn't play again until next week.
Are they out of the FA Cup?
They got knocked out by Liverpool, no?
Yes.
So
you're right.
they might look at it and be like, right, it's worth the risk because they're not going to play again until the following weekend.
True.
So
that's a good point. Yeah,
they're probably going to go for this really strong. It's not like when we played Brentford at home in the midweek and they were like, right, we've got an FA Cup game, we might rest a few players. So I do expect them to play quite strong.
Do we rest players? When I say rest, do we rotate in this game?
I mean, not a lot, because it's a tough game and we've got Mansfield, but I think some of our players, it didn't look like we had 7 days without a game yesterday. I thought we looked quite tired at the end of the game. It took
Midfield
a lot out of
knackered.
us. And he's saying Rice limped off and they've got to check on him. He's the one player that we really can't afford to be injured. So maybe 1 or 2, but
I'd give Rice
Martinelli, I think, has got
a long rest now. I
Would you?
wouldn't play him against. If he's not fit, I'd say to him, right, recharge. Don't play Wednesday. Don't play Saturday. Don't play in Champions League.
Don't play in the
Champions League. You've got to bring him back.
Play the Champions League to. If you just.
I'd play him in that.
Yeah, he's definitely got to play.
Off and maybe Brighton.
He's definitely got to play against Leverkusen.
Away from home as well.
Against Mansfield.
What's your name? David
they're
Lloyd.
not that
David Lloyd Jims.
I'm not saying it is. You've got 2 legs to. It's a 2-leg game. I don't think he's been.
Yeah, but Lee, what I would say to that is that if you look at
so some other player comes in. Listen, Declan Rice, I don't think it's been great the last couple of games because I do think he needs a rest. I think he's jaded.
Rest him against Mansfield.
Isn't it? That's his.
You know what I mean? Like, this is what I'm saying. You've got a squad to do this. Norgard plays the next 3. And then, you bring him back, you're
these
away
are
from home.
Games.
I think
big games.
You ain't got to win that game. You've got to just draw it.
Nah.
Beat them at home.
Yeah, but if we can beat them, then we take pressure off that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? But you've got to. But this.
Lee, I just want to point out. I want to point out though that Man City.
Let's blow him out. Let's just run him into the ground and don't have him for the last 10 games.
No one's saying that, but you can rest him against Mansfield and play him against Leverkusen. Because if you remember rightly, Man City also rotated heavily against Bayer Leverkusen. They got beaten at home.
Yeah.
You can't,
remember that?
You can't
it's
take.
true.
No, I know that, but I'm looking at Pep.
You can't take any team lightly.
Have a look at what Pep does. He leaves a couple of players out.
And they lost.
But they lost against Leverkusen, the same team.
And they were playing at home. And they were playing at home, and they should have beaten them.
It's a completely different thing now, isn't it? It's a different game.
What if we go there and get beat, though?
I'm not disagreeing that you can't rest him.
At the end of the day, you've got a squad.
Mansfield's his rest.
You've got a squad like
Rest at Mansfield.
Rest
up at Mansfield for the game, the Champions League game, huge game.
Listen, I'm just saying, I'm watching Declan Rice at the moment. That was a good look yesterday. He's had a few days off. He looks jaded. I'm just saying, sometimes along the line, you've got these players in to protect. You know what I mean? He's played week in, week out. In 2 weeks' time, he'll be off in England playing every single game for them. I'm telling you this. We need him at the business end of the season. Buy Lovercut ain't a business end for me, you know what I mean?
You mess up in end games, there is no business.
Listen, I want them.
Business closed.
You play him in the Champions League and then don't have him for the next 10 games in the Premier League. I want him playing in that Premier League.
Players can get injured, but for me, if that guy's fit, you play against Brighton.
He ain't fit. Rob, he ain't fit. Did you think he played well yesterday? I thought he looked terribly tired yesterday.
I didn't think he was terrible yesterday.
No, I'm not saying.
I thought it was average.
I think he was okay yesterday.
It was all right.
He was tired. We need a. I don't want to see.
Let me just say, in his very average performance that you say, it was his delivery.
I'm not saying it was
unbelievable. This guy.
So I want him playing against Man City. Would you rather have him playing against Bayer Leverkusen or Man City?
Is it? You can predict he's going to be injured?
Well, you don't know, but I'm predicting. What I'm saying at the moment is we're flogging him. That's all I'm saying.
If the guy's fit, he plays against Brighton and he plays against Leverkusen. You're taking Leverkusen lightly. Ken is just giving you a warning.
I'm not taking them lightly. Over 2 legs, I'm not. It's the first leg. It's 1/2.
Yeah. It's a warning.
But I'm
1/2.
I feel
don't want to go away from
too
home,
much
man.
to
Then
do
you've
with
got
it.
a mountain
but also
to
look at some of the playoffs that we've just watched where teams might have been winning in that. Look at Atalanta. They scored 4 goals in that second leg and turned it around. Look at Galatasaray. Just got through.
What have you got a squad for?
But all those teams have also got a squad. Galatasaray, by the skin of their teeth, beat Juventus 5-2. And by the skin of their teeth, got through in that second leg.
Inter went away to Bodo Glimt.
Yeah, exactly.
Lost that.
Honestly, and then
When are you resting players then?
Right.
Mansfield and that's it. And then every single game, Declan Rice is playing.
Mansfield coming up, rest him then.
Right, and then when are you resting? Then you've got to play him you're playing him every single game, or are you rotating?
If he's fit, I'm playing him every game.
By the way, what I'd be doing if I was Arsenal, I'd be pulling him out of the England squad. That's the first thing. I'd say he's got a knock.
I ain't going to do that.
But you
Curtis, I agree, but you're not going to do that.
You know what it is with me, right? Like, to me, this guy is so important for Arsenal, right? That if he's fit, if the medical team say this guy's fit, he plays.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm with you.
If anything, we go away to Leverkusen with 2-3 up. They're not and rest him in the next one. I could say to him, yo, Declan, sit out for the start, right? In case we need, we're going to only bring you on if we need you. Right, we start with Norgard and that, and then you're back in on the weekend. But this guy's got to play. That game, first leg of Leverkusen, is very, very important. You need to come away from that game by not losing. Come away with something that you take home.
So
do not take these games for granted.
Yeah. Don't get to that.
Leverkusen are a good side.
Yeah.
Like Ken has said, they beat City.
I'll tell you that. Do you know the last time Declan Rice missed a game?
What, Aston Villa?
And where'd we get on?
We won 4-1, yeah.
Right, so he ain't like at the end of the day, he can be rested.
Of course, he can be rested.
And we can still
But in that instance, he was actually injured. He wasn't rested, though, was he?
No, but that's what I'm saying. I think it's somewhere along the line you've got to say, right, listen, go your way and let's see what
I agree with you.
We're all agreeing with what you're saying
at times, but I just think Leverkusen's a massive game.
Every game's a massive game now. But I tell you what, I want him fit for Manchester City away. I want him fit for every Premier League game. I don't want to see what I see yesterday when he's been. He had a week off, by the way, and he was still tired.
What kind of week off?
You can rest.
You know what I mean?
I just think at the end of the day, I think he's on fumes.
Let's give him 3 weeks off.
I think he's on fumes. Like the work rate he done yesterday.
Why did I give him 3 weeks off then? If a week didn't work.
Do you know what? You laugh at that. You laugh at that, right? Yeah. I remember Alex Ferguson doing that with 3 or 4 of the players.
Let's give him 3 weeks off, and then when he comes back, there's nothing left.
What does that tell you then about the squad? Get Bertie, you're sacking Bertie then, are you? Because the squad's not good enough. You cannot leave out one player. It's all going to go wrong.
No, but Lee, you have to...
You're wrong.
How many times do you see, right?
I've seen what we're doing with Saka. We've done it. You've seen exactly the same with Saka. And look at him now.
How many times do you see?
Look at him now.
How many times do you see?
But actually, you keep playing him right, don't I?
We were saying that about.
Got to play Saka. Got to play. Look at him now.
Certain players, right, for City, right. How many times do you see, say, for instance, Bernardo Silva rested? Never. He plays literally every game. Haaland, only because he was injured at the weekend. The guy plays literally. Your best players play those big games. They play unless if they are injured or if they are seriously fatigued. I get it, but if not, to just say, all right, let's leave out Haaland for this game and that, they ain't doing it because he's too vital. And yes, you have a squad, but there are certain players that they are so good. Yeah, of course you can bring in a man if they're out, but. No, those are big players, man, and he's one of...
I also think we have to consider that Mikel Merino's out for the rest of the season, who would actually play in that position if necessary. Kai Havertz has just come back, who can play in that position. So, unfortunately, as we've seen all season, we've not had a fully fit squad all season. That's just the realities of what it is. And we've just been so unlucky in that department for someone like Declan Rice.
Are we unlucky, Kenya, or are we flogging him at times? Ben White, look at Ben White now.
Yeah.
You know, been outstanding for us, like, you know what I mean? Like, can't get fit now.
He's injured.
Because why?
Well, he's had a lot of rest, hasn't he?
No, but what I would say...
It wasn't 2 seasons ago when he was being flogged.
Week in, week out, he's chilling.
Like, you know what I mean?
David Lloyd's.
That's the point. That's the point I'm making, Lee, is that maybe
play Saka every week, he told me.
No, but that's the point I'm making. 2 seasons ago...
He got injured.
2 seasons ago, we didn't have the depth for someone like a Ben White, and we're seeing the issues now, whereas now we do have the depth. So the other day, Timberlake's knackered against Spurs. Cool, bring on Mascara, and does his job, do you know what I mean? But the reality is, we're looking at Declan Rice right now. He unfortunately will have to play against Brighton if he's fit, but you can rest him against Mansfield. Say to him, you don't even need to come to Mansfield.
Mansfield
you stay at home.
Mansfield stay at home.
Seven
There's so many.
Why are you resting him against Mansfield?
Because he's playing it.
Because
you know what,
You're taking them, but what?
Mansfield, oh, come on.
No,
well, you compare Mansfield to Leverkusen.
I'm saying you've got 2 legs against Bayer Leverkusen. You got 2 legs.
Mansfield
You haven't got to win that
League
game.
One club. Are you seriously sitting there and comparing Mansfield to Leverkusen? What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, it's like...
No, but Lee, one team literally did an invincible, 2 seasons ago, got to a European final and one's in League One. There's literally no...
It's 2 legs, Ken. It doesn't matter if you draw that game. I'm saying you don't have to go there and win. Go there and...
But what if you lose it?
Well, then you're putting everybody's saying, why can't Norgard come in there and you just do a tight job?
Can I just say something? So you put extra pressure on yourself on a game that you played just before you go to Man City away, potentially. Is that really the right decision to make?
Because at the end of the day, it's a different competition.
No, but that's my point is that...
Let's play against Bayer Leverkusen, draw 1-1, right? We lose Rice for the whole rest of the season, but that's all right.
That's a hypothetical.
I'm just saying, at the end of the day, I'm just saying, you cannot keep playing this guy like that you see yesterday and him limping off. And I don't want him playing on Wednesday night. If we cannot beat Brighton... right, without Declan Rice, we're in problems.
No, we can beat Brighton without Declan Rice.
Right, so let's go and do it. And let's go and rest him.
Our chances go up higher.
If you can't beat Bayer Leverkusen without Declan Rice, we've got problems.
He's an important player because, as I said, you said he had a poor game yesterday. I
didn't say he had a poor game. You said he had a poor game.
You said he had an average game, yeah?
I didn't say he had an average game. I said he looked knackered.
What game did you say?
So what are you saying?
You're sure you said he had a very average game? He weren't all that yesterday. You said that.
So I just said he.
Am I hearing things? Didn't he say
he wasn't at his. He's not. He's not at his best at the moment. He is not at his best at the moment. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's all I said.
Even not being at his best, it's his delivery, right, that gets us the winner. And I'm saying that's the importance of this guy.
That later on in the season.
I'm saying
we are later on in the season, but 9 games.
He said this last season about Saka and what happened to him. Thank you. And we're having it again.
No, that was different.
No, it's not different.
No, it was different because you know it's different.
He's done it again.
You know it was different, right? Because last season with Saka, we were playing
him every game, Lee.
We were playing him in everything. So he would have played Mansfield, he would have played...
Exactly.
He played everything.
He did.
Whereas we're not saying to play Declan Rice against Mansfield.
First round of the FA Cup. I'm just saying.
We're not saying to play Declan Rice against teams like Mansfield and that. We're saying rest him. Yeah. Stay at home. Don't even come to the game. But Leverkusen, you are needed. If you're fit, you're needed.
Exactly.
Rest him for even Brighton. That's an important game.
For me, Rob, I'm going to be honest. Like, it's the Premier League for me.
You don't put the Champions League on the same level.
Not this season. I want to win the Premier League.
Well, that's why you should be playing them against Brighton.
We've been top of the league all this time. Top of the league. We've got to.
So why are you resting him against Brighton then?
He's injured.
If he's injured, fair enough.
Do you know what?
I don't want him playing if he's injured.
If he's fit, and they say he's, I don't think he he'd come off yet.
He was struggling.
He's struggling.
Yeah,
I think he's struggling.
It could be a knock, innit? We don't know. Let's wait and see. If he's injured,
do you know what? I also think
I don't want him playing if he's injured.
I also think at the end of the day, and another concern for me is Zubimendi as well. I think he's looking very, very tired as well.
Doesn't take players off when they like Zubimendi.
We're a little bit light here, I suppose.
Well, listen, Zubimendi, you could put a Norgard in for Zubimendi, couldn't you? Because they are literally light for light.
I want to see. I do want to see Miles Lewis-Skelly play against Mansfield in his midfield.
Yeah, hopefully he will.
Well, hopefully, now that everyone's
he was going to in the last round.
Yeah, I just want to say, just to give. You know what I mean? Like, I do think if anything happens to Declan, I think we're done.
We're in trouble, big trouble.
But you don't want him to play.
I do want him to play, but I want him to play in more important games later on in the semi-finals.
Send him on holiday till next season. We've got to protect him.
Curtis, don't go down his level. Don't go down his level. He's already ruined Saka by playing him every game.
Right. He's on one sunbed, right? Declan Rice on the next one. That's what he wants.
I just.
You both make good points.
The thing is, no one's necessarily disagreeing with the other. It's just more of like, I want Declan Rice to play against. If he's fit, to me, he should play against Brighton. You rest him against Mansfield, and you play him against Leverkusen because So
But you know what? I will say, he's had a 7-day rest and he's come back and he still looked knackered. That's my.
What have they been doing this week?
But to be fair, so did Zubimendi looked a bit tired, and
so
I also
maybe
think
they need a little bit. I don't know.
Could have been.
But also, you need
we
to
say tired, but he could have been also been struggling with a little knock for in the game where he was a bit off key. You know what I mean? Same. You know, listen, Zubimendi. I didn't think had a great game yesterday. I thought he did have an average game, right?
Yeah.
There's a shout for bringing in Norgard for him.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be against that, bringing in Norgard for Zubimendi in that game against Brighton. But for me, if Declan Rice is fit, and I use the word fit, but if he's fit for that game, he has to start. That's an important game, Brighton, away from home. I want to see Declan Rice playing that game if he's fit. But I do think you could bring in a Norgard. I really do think I mean, I'm looking at possible changes for the game. I'd leave the back four as it is, unless any injuries there, but I'd leave that as it is.
I think Calafiori in or...
No.
I thought all four of them were brilliant.
I'd keep them all. I'd keep them all.
I'd leave that back four intact. I thought they were brilliant.
And rest them up for Mansfield.
Yeah, literally.
Well, send them all on holiday with Rice.
Honestly, I actually agree.
I'm just saying, you mark my word.
No, I agree. Against Mansfield, I want to see lots of changes.
Got Real Madrid next week.
Rest him.
No, I'm on about Mansfield, Av.
It'd be very interesting. Like, listen, we want wholesale
Mansfield versus Barcelona.
I wouldn't take that lightly, Mansfield, by the way. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying to take it.
But we've got to make changes in that.
We can rotate that. We can rotate, and we should still have enough to beat Mansfield, right? We've got to respect them because
change the whole.
I also think, Rob, going back to the Champions League, I think we need to rotate. You can't play one team 1 week on the Saturday and then play them right.
Yeah, and there may be some rotation in that game, but your main guys.
I hear what you're saying, but like,
the Leverkusen, that's a big game.
I do think we have rotated a lot though in the Champions.
Yeah, I think we will. I think we will.
We have actually, and considering that we've. Like, even when we played Inter, like, we rested Gyökeres, for example. Like, there's times when Mikel Merino started. Like, Norgard's played centre-back in midfield, Madueke. Like, we have actually rotated a lot in that competition.
Yeah, and I think we need to.
Just going back to the Brighton game then. Any rotation for you then?
Martinelli.
Forget Rice now.
Martinelli comes in. I'll tell you what, like... Trossard, I'm losing patience.
He had a mare.
He just fades, Rob. You know what I mean? Like,
I just thought yesterday, like, all his decision making was wrong. Yeah, he just got the ball. He done
a great run in the first half, didn't he? And then he passed it to give it away.
And then there was times when he's playing like he's got loads of time on the ball. I'm like, bro, that midfield, they're on you, man. Can't say no on that. Yeah. You think you got the time to be like...
He played like that against Spurs, though.
Yeah, he did have a good game.
Martinelli definitely. Havertz back for a few more weeks. Just coming on 20 minutes for the next couple of games.
Yeah, get him.
Because we definitely... I'd keep with Gyökeres. Maybe Madueke for Saka. Maybe. Or should we wait for the Mansfield game?
No, I'll keep... What about... keep Gyökeres or Jesus back in?
Gyökeres.
Nah.
Okay.
What about putting Jesus out on the left? On the left.
Yeah, I don't mind that as well. I said that.
Because we are struggling on the left, aren't we?
There's something not right in the front. Over there, like, you know what I mean? I just looked at it.
You could even try Eze back out there if you wanted.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, who's going to play in the middle?
Don't know. Odegaard. What's up with Odegaard? Did they say?
I think they. I can't remember
again.
He's been put on holiday to the end of it.
I can't remember exactly what they said, but I think they just said it might be a bit too soon in the last game.
We
were saying like
he could be back.
We were saying when you wasn't here, like, you know, players used to play back in the day with a slight little niggle or something like.
Yeah.
You know, but if there's a slight little pain in that now.
I don't blame Arsenal for doing that.
No.
The squad.
Yeah.
Like you said, they've got the squad to do it. So if a player, I think that's why we've seen players.
I think we missed him last week.
Little niggle in their warm-up.
Odegaard. I think we missed him. Like, he's someone that comes on.
Yeah, he's got good game management.
I think that, you know, people are sort of like sleeping on him a little bit. We need him available, like, even if it's just coming on the bench, off the bench, like he did it in the Spurs game. I thought he...
and Wolves.
Knitted it all, like, you know what I mean? Like, didn't come on against... We weren't there, was he, against Wolves?
Didn't he come on against Wolves?
I don't think he played. He was injured, wasn't he?
Yeah, I don't think he came on.
You know?
Well, listen,
I'm not sure.
Brighton is a must-win game. Again, they're all must-wins in the league.
Yeah.
It's lots of pressure, lots and lots of pressure. You'd expect Man City to beat Forest. Yeah. They've got them at home. They're gonna.
Someone said yesterday that was the Chelsea range the highest team that we, apart from Man City now, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think everybody is like...
Yeah, everyone
quiet.
else.
We don't play anyone in the top 6 apart from City now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I felt,
Is that what
Top
the...
6 team,
I felt good about
You
that.
can't...
I felt good about that
Good
until...
chance, isn't it?
And then I keep thinking, yeah, but Wolves were 20th.
Forest.
Yeah, no games.
Sunderland.
Yeah.
Brentford.
Yeah, so
It's all
I'm
them
like,
teams,
Few games in there. You got
you just got to
Bournemouth
win
at
these
home
games,
and-
man. Got to win. Just
Where
find a way.
Where are they in the league?
6.
6.
Who? Bayer Leverkusen in their league.
Yeah. Not the bottom league. Not facing relegation from the
so it's
Bundesliga.
like, you know what I mean? It's it's going to be tough. Every game. I think every game's going to be tough.
Every game, man. Every game. There's so much on it now. It's about holding the nerve and stuff like that, but it's going to be tough. Should we do...
Give us your 2-0 score prediction.
I was going to say with prediction. Hey, do I get to go first then?
No, 'cause you're not top of the league. He's acting like you don't know the rules
You
again.
didn't get the ball. We're supposed to be getting the ball. You haven't
Where's his
ordered...
boards out?
Well, you
Yeah,
haven't-
production.
Well,
Man with the boards.
they're
you go.
slagging, aren't they? Like, you know what I mean? They're slagging.
What's
Also,
that?
Lee's top
Fighting
of
for
the league.
survival.
Lee's top with 33, Jack 32, Curtis 26.
Has Jack had
Robbie
the,
26.
has he had
How many
points taken off?
how many points did I have last
On
week?
20.
Well, you was obviously on 23 because you got 3 points.
I've got 3 points.
How many points is
Spot
Jack
on.
being?
2-1.
Have a look at that table. There's something a bit fishy about that.
Well, get Jack's points off him, then you can run away.
Yeah,
to the
Jack's got
sunset with the
Jack's
title.
on
Why are you
30
bottom of
now.
the league if you've got 3 correct?
See if he
They
spots
took
it.
points off me
See
of some
if he
game.
can spot the mistake.
I can't even see it properly from here.
Yeah.
How many points I got?
That's what I'm saying.
26.
Yeah.
I just said that.
Curtis is on 26 as well.
Yeah.
It's just only 3 games.
No, but you've got...
What's the mistake?
You know.
Yeah.
Kenya knows it.
Kenya
Put him
knows
out
it.
of his
Get them
misery.
glasses on, man.
What?
Basically, you've got three correct scores, but Curtis only has 2 correct scores.
So realistically, I should be bottom of the
your
league.
goal difference is higher, so you
Yeah.
should be higher than
You should
Curtis.
So
be
what's
higher
going
than-
on? See
Because
these
that's production, eh?
Production.
Ryan just said, you know what?
Ryan stitching
Ryan,
you
we're on
up.
to you.
I think my
Ryan
patience has
stitching you
finally
up.
run out. With this. Get rid of it. Serious. Right?
Ryan's getting the sound.
P45
Yeah,
typed
yeah.
up this
Ryan!
afternoon.
If you're out there and you've got skills in production,
Editing,
put your
shooting.
applications, links in the description to your applications, right? Because this guy's going after this show. I've had enough of him. Man. You know what I mean? Even when I was coming here today, I said to him, messaged him, told him I'm late and all that. Gave him the reasons why he's going, oh, this will have to be reflected in the... You know who the hell's this
I
guy
like
talking
that
to?
one.
I love him.
Yeah, you find that message. So I'm like, yo,
Nah,
who the hell's
right.
this guy talking
Well, I'll
to?
you know
tell you
what?
what,
That
we're
is so-
definitely not rotating Ryan. He's here
Ryan's
tonight.
here.
Ryan's
That is
in, like.
actually such a
Lifetime
Ryan
contract for
response.
Ryan.
Listen, I said, I was going to be running 15 minutes. I said, okay, I'll factor this into the prediction table. That's all that.
Such a Ryan response as well.
Oh my days.
As Ashley Cole once said, I nearly crashed my car. I'm like, who the hell's this guy talking to?
Oh my days. I was going to suspend you from the channel.
Ryan.
Real warning. You're going to give him a real warning.
You know Scarface, where he goes, I built this thing. I built this thing. I forget who this guy.
Robert sitting in the jacuzzi at home.
Hey,
Ryan's giving him a
applications.
warning.
Put your applications in. We're going to put a link in the description. Ryan, this could be his last show. I've had enough of it, man.
Ryan's giving Robin a written warning.
I swear, man, this guy.
Oh my days.
Every week he's trying to do
He's
something to
cheeky.
sabotage the
Yeah,
script.
Robbie, your lateness will be reflected on the table.
Right, shall we get? All right, let's get predictions.
Yeah,
then.
2-0.
Oh, you're going there every week?
No.
2-0.
Yeah, 2-0.
You're doing Jack, so just sabotage.
Sabotage.
I was just
Sabotage.
going to
You're
say...
30.
Oh, I was just going to say 1-0.
1-0.
Sorry, guys.
Doable.
That's doable.
Yes,
That's
just...
doable. I see.
Did
Oh,
you
is it
a
me?
favour?
Or is it you?
Yeah,
Well,
she is.
we'll give it you.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll
it
give
is,
it you.
yeah,
Then
yeah.
I can copy it.
I see.
No, I'm joking.
I actually see 2-1 again.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going there again, are you?
Yeah, 2-1.
Good for him, then. I'll go 2-0, John.
Yeah,
Go on, then, Judge.
come on.
Clean sheet.
Come on.
Listen, we haven't kept a clean sheet for ages.
I know,
No.
but we're
Yeah,
due
it's
one,
been a
surely.
few.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. We're due one.
I think our last one was Sunderland, no? 3-0?
Yeah.
Kenya knows her stuff, doesn't she? Like,
yeah.
One of the liars got to know what's
well, yeah, it's true.
Guys.
One out of, what's that song? 1 out of 3 ain't bad.
Oh my God.
Right, get that song playing next time, please.
That's going to be the outro.
Also in the link in the description, right, we're looking for another presenter for this show.
Is that for Jack or us?
Jack
or us?
Well, no show, that. I call him no show.
Right, comments of the day.
Comments.
My comment is actually about Jack. Can I read it out?
Yeah.
Okay, this is from Lee Williams 9594. Says Jack is looking like an Italian policeman in riot gear. So what was Jack wearing last week, fam?
Yeah, someone did say he's got a brush
What
up
did he have
on?
I don't know what he had.
What did he have on? I can't remember.
He had the hat and
the hat and that
the pyjamas were about 2 sizes too big, weren't they?
Yeah, oversized.
He's obviously just got out of bed and got straight here because he was running late. But they were way too big for him, but...
Yeah. Jack the hat.
Robbie Carty 743 says, your comments of the week, oh my God, I'm crying. Brilliant chemistry. Always look forward to the next pod. Great work, boys.
Well, KD says, they done Curtis dirty with that clip, making me look like Titus Bramble. So actually, yeah, get rid of Ryan.
Yeah, get rid of him.
I've
actually got, which is... I've got 2 here because it says Lee done Curtis dirty, but it weren't nothing to do with me.
You incited it, though.
No,
you were involved,
it was
weren't
Ryan.
I reckon you fed him.
Ryan just
Ryan again.
Yeah,
Ryan again.
Ryan again. Ryan again. So it's definitely a dirty, but I went with a really nice one here. Like, I love Curtis, Lee, Jack, and Cecil. You guys are a blast to watch. I love how much fun you have. I can almost understand everything you say, like laugh out loud, from the USA. And he predicted, unbelievably, Arsenal 2, Chelsea 1, and that was EMJ Jensen. Well done, lad.
Do you know every result yesterday was 2-1 to the home team?
Mad,
every single one. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, but
crazy coincidence.
Yeah, we need that win. We need that win
against
Brighton. That's a big game, man. That's a big game. And who did you say City have got after Forest then?
West Ham.
West Ham.
At West Ham, 8 o'clock kickoff.
But them 2 Real Madrid games.
But they got in between the that ain't a great, you know what I mean? Like West Ham.
Yeah, they got
a hard run.
And if they get past Real Madrid, then they got probably Bayern.
Yeah. Probably be good for us if they get past Madrid and then have to suffer against Bayern a bit.
And they won't be resting no players.
Well, they can't.
No, they're sending Haaland on holiday with Deckers.
Haaland's be David Lloyd's sauna.
They can't afford to, and that's a tough. They've got a couple of... Listen, you know what I mean? It's true I don't know who said it yesterday. Someone said it yesterday that... was it Paul Merson said, like, and I thought it was a good point when he said that one of the teams down the bottom, if they're going to get out of it, it's going to win against one of the big teams. It's going to be like... You know what I mean? Yeah. So, like, if West Ham were to get out of it, they've got to go and beat an Arsenal or a Liverpool or a Man City, Nottingham Forest...
Yeah.
Go away to...
It usually happens don't it?
Yeah.
Otherwise it's not going to happen, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So one of them two, they've got to pull out somewhere a big result. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's true.
Right. Ryan's just messaging me. He says, got a picture of Jack's outfit of the last show. There it is. What was it?
What is that?
I think he just came out with the bed sheets on, didn't he?
Looks like one of those duvets, doesn't it?
Yeah, he likes to be seen, don't he?
He likes a badge, man.
Who's a better dressed, Jack or Cecil?
Oh, Cecil. I think Cecil has.
I think Jack is better dressed.
Yeah, I think Cecil's got a bad dress sense, don't you think? Or am I
I'm not commenting. I don't want
to do a show with him every Wednesday.
Yeah, exactly.
Go easy on him, you know what I mean?
He's probably in there listening.
Yeah, I'm quite good.
Do you know what? Like, it's like yesterday. It weren't that cold yesterday, right? But and he's got a jacket on, right?
Yeah, he's got a weird dress sense.
It's -6, right? He ain't got a coat on.
Yeah. And then I remember we was in Kenya. And the guy had on this thick tracksuit thing, like, bro, it's like 35 degrees. I'm like, what? He's got.
I'd love to style Cecil for a day. He'd be dressed like a normal person.
He does wear some funny trainers.
He really does.
He had a pair of trainers on the other day, like they were orange.
Remember them shoes he had with the fur on them?
Oh my God, yeah. Remember them?
I've never seen these shoes.
Right, oh my God. Ryan's going to have to find a picture of that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, we've come to the end today of the show. It's been an enjoyable show. Kenya, thanks once again for
Thank you for having
subbing
me, guys.
in. Mascara, you know what I mean? Done a great job as
Exactly.
usual. Right. He was really on me today, innit? But thanks to Mr. Lee Judges, picking him up. Right? Go and have a rest.
Yeah.
You know what? You have about 5 weeks off, mate. You know?
See you next season.
But no, thanks very much, Lee. Mr. Diplomat himself. I've never seen him just sitting
I know,
on
so relaxed.
diplomatic on the fence.
Actually.
Curtis Chill, they call him today.
Yeah, back-to-back wins.
Yeah, he said, I actually saw somebody yesterday. They're from America. They were really bigging you up, and they go.
I like that.
They go. They said your watch-alongs. They go. They're trying to stay calm when watching the games, but they find themselves losing it, just like Curtis.
Yeah. I see a fella today called Mr. Smith who's a big fan of yours, like, you know what I mean, on your shows and all that, watches your shows all the time.
See, I never know whether he's being serious.
No, straight up, he's on a train today, get like bigging you up, Curtis. Say hello to you, you know what I mean?
I'll big him up.
Don't, you know, didn't mention Robbie in one bit, like, it's always Curtis.
I've got no friends.
Take the compliments when you can.
Anyway, thanks very much, Curtis. Thanks to everybody. And don't forget, we'll be back after the Brighton game. Let's hope and pray we're talking about a big win. We've got to keep this going.
Yeah.
9 games, people. 9 games to glory. Hopefully. See you in the next one.